Hey, welcome back, Year 7. Just having a look at drawing up our pencil box. We've had a look at some of our tools. We've drawn the four sides and we've extruded them up. This is what we're sort of aiming to do next, and that is to put our lid in and also a base on the bottom of our pencil box. So we'll just endeavour to have a look around. Now, I spoke before about how you enclose the bottom, and the way to do that is just to take your pencil and draw around, and it just seems to enclose that bottom fairly rapidly. So what I want to do now is draw a base onto my box. So I'm just going to turn the box completely upside down, or near enough to. Take my pencil, and because our base is a 3mm ply, just going to enter in 3 and bring that along the entire length of my job and down. So if I zoom that around, you can see that I've just drawn basically a little lip on the bottom of my pencil box, and hopefully this will just extrude straight over. And once I reach that little end point, and so I have my base. Again, if we look up and down and have a bit of a look around the item, we can see that there's our pencil box. So from here, this is probably the trickiest part, and again, there are several different methods to do this, but what I need to do now is to put a groove around the top of the pencil box where my lid will slide into. So what I'm going to do is get my pencil, and from here I'm going to draw a line all the way around, again looking for that colour to come up. That colour means that I am parallel to that particular axis. Again, green, and again along this way, red. Now, as you can see, that's automatically filled in the top. That's fine. Again, you can just select that part and press delete, and we still have our line. Now, our piece of Perspex should be around 4mm, so I'm just going to put a 4mm gap. So I want to, from here, just come up, again waiting for the blue axis to appear, 4, enter, and pick that line up and go right around. Is it going to do it for me? There it goes, on edge. Okay, and again pick that line up, green axis, come up to the back. It might be a little bit temperamental. Sometimes if you do that, it will help you out there on that green. There we go. And then along here, and hopefully that is a nice straight edge, 4mm up and all the way around. Again, just make sure you get that colour, because once you have that colour, you know that it's parallel to that axis. So then I'm going to get my push-pull tool, and I'm going to use that, and I'm just going to push in until I hit that lip. Again here, just going to push it in until I hit that lip, and down the end, same thing. Okay, so if I have a look around using my orbit tool, I've pushed in that lip all the way around, so in effect I can slide my lid into that particular part. What I then can do is come up and hopefully highlight that back wall and then pull that out. Now again, I was hoping that that would come a little bit further out, but let's see if I can zoom that, and it won't let me pull it out any further. So if I did use that method, I'd then have to pull that out a little bit further as well, or I can Alt backspace, go back, and I can try drawing my lid in a different way, which means I can bring my lid out this way, and I'm going to make my lid hang out, say 40 millimeters, and bring it up parallel, and I'm going to make that 4, and then back in. And then if I really wanted to, I could come out here and then bring my lid across 110. That seems like a long 110 to me, so I'm just going to Alt backspace that. Again, bring that line across 110. Maybe I was right in the first place. Up 4, and then along to join on. Now again, this can be a little bit temperamental, because last time I did this, it wouldn't work for me again. It would only come to that offset point. So we'll see how that works this time. So I can drag my lid in, and yeah, again, it's doing the same thing. It's only coming to that offset point. I can bring my lid all the way along. So basically, there's my lid inside the pencil box. Now, if you want to get a little bit tricky, you can draw your lid half open. You can draw your lid fully open, so you can have your lid coming out. Later on, if you want to make some variations on this drawing, I find a good one is to just take your lid here and maybe draw a couple of little lips on your lid. So in other words, take that particular part there, extrude that up to say 20, and you get a little bit of a fancy design on your lid. Of course, you would have to be careful about these sharp edges. You certainly wouldn't want that in your school bag. And of course, the other thing is that any part that hangs out, especially made out of plastics or perspex, as our lid will be, it will be certainly a weak point. But it's mainly for aesthetics, which is the looks of our project. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to add some fill. So I want my timber toolbox to be made out of timber. So I'm going to look through my fill materials and edit, and you're given a whole heap of different timbers that you can use here, and I'm going to choose the cherry. Now sometimes this can take a little bit of time because you need to go around and fill in all the individual panels that are basically on your pencil box. So go around, do a little bit more of that. So I'll come back once I've filled that all in. Okay, so I've gone around and filled all of my pencil box in with the cherry wood. Hopefully I haven't missed any pieces, but if I have, I can simply fill them in later on as we go. Now, like down there. There we go. Now I'm going to make my base a little bit of a different timber finish, just so it sort of denotes that it is a different timber that we've used. It'll be plywood on your job. So I'll just choose this bamboo finish here, rotate the job around and select and fill that in. It's just a little bit different. And then the other part that I'm going to colour is going to be my lid. And I'm going to pick a nice vibrant colour for my lid. As you can see, it gives us lots of different options. Things like water, fencing, material symbols, metal, roofing, etc. But I'm just going to come up here to colours, load my colours in, and I'm going to choose a nice red for my lid. And again, all I need to do is click on all aspects or all faces of my lid and just point and shoot and colour that in. Again, around the front. So certainly my lid is, or my whole pencil box is starting to take shape. Now again, I think I've got a little section here that needs to be filled in. There we go. Alrighty, so if I have a little bit of a zoom around right now, there's a couple of sections that I still haven't filled in terms of the lid. And then once I fix that up, in the last section, or the third section of this presentation, we're going to learn how to dimension our drawing and then how to snip it and hopefully paste it into our portfolio in the design and drawing section. We'll see you then.